Hey gang, Miss Kirchner here, obviously. I am gone today to look at some schools and what they are doing awesomely for PBIS, which is something I will explain later. The awesome Mr. Bramer is here to sub for you guys. Please treat him with respect. I'm going to help get you started and he's going to take over. We're doing things a little differently today. We are officially starting ecology. I am super excited. So we are going to move into how this year is going to work with every unit. So this is our first unit we will be actually tested on, and things will be going into the grade book. I will explain that a little bit later. So what I need from you guys is just to get set up like you normally do. I know there's not a song playing right now, but we'll figure that out here in a second. Right now I just want you to watch this video and know how to get set up. Then I will go over a short PowerPoint, and then you get to go outside with Mr. Bramer and look for living and non-living things, which we're going to change those words around here when we science them up here. So happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to the first day of ecology. Ecology is split into two units. We will talk about ecology in terms of energy, and you learned a lot about that last year, but we're going to talk about energy in living systems and where they live, which is also called an ecosystem, and we are going to be talking about ecology populations. So to start with, let's get you guys set up. But what I need from you, please, is to not move or do anything until I'm done explaining the instructions. Then Mr. Bramer will pause the video and you can continue from there. Mr. Bramer, if I don't get you a subcomputer, which I'm trying really hard, the kids will watch this from their iPads, and then kids, I need you to pause when I say pause. And then Mr. Bramer will give you time to get set up, and then you will all continue watching the video, if that makes sense. You guys are used to me not making sense, so bear with me. So the first things first is we are starting vocabulary today. So when you walked in, you probably noticed that there was a download that's different than normal, and there was a section called vocabulary, and I put definitions up there. So today, not now, when I'm done talking, you will be doing learning target like normal, vocabulary definitions, and any downloads you need. So we're getting set up for the new unit. So first things first, you get your learning target down. Hopefully that's done already. Secondly, we will be starting with vocabulary definitions. So what you do to get set up, if you see my screen here, I am on Schoology. You guys are going to be going to your class, your science class. I'm going to pick hour 4 here. And you will see here that I have added a vocabulary folder. Again, don't do this now, wait till I'm done. So the two folders you will be focusing on today is vocabulary, ecology, and then you will see there is ecology energy. So this is the folder we will be in for a few weeks now, but we're going to get set up using this folder. So this one you continue to go back to through the year. These you will go to depending on the unit that we're on, and ecology energy will be the unit we will be on for a couple weeks. So to start with, we are going to get set up with vocabulary. First thing I want you to do is, if you notice in this folder, there are two things, and there will always be two things in this folder. There is the graphic organizer, okay, it looks like this. I also have paper copies for those of you who like paper. My only request is, if you like paper, this has to be, picture has to be taken and submitted onto your iPad for grading before a test. But this is an option for you guys all to do your vocabulary. This is the most common option. However, I'm open to suggestions, but for today, I would like everyone to use this. So you're going to decide if you want the electronic version, which will be right here, or the paper version, which I will set by the cell phone jail. So you're going to choose that, and you're going to add the words for today, which are biotic, abiotic, ecosystem, and organism. You are going to put those 4 definitions down, which I gave you. I will always give you the definitions. Mr. Bramer will pause here in a little bit, and he will give you time to write down those definitions into your vocabulary sheet. Okay? Your homework will be to draw visuals for them. You cannot copy from the internet. You can use the internet as a guide to help you look for images, but you must draw these by hand. Keep in mind, I am not Miss Colston, so I understand stick figures are fine. I just want to look at this and say, man, Bobby sure knows what an organism is. He has proven it by his image or example. So you've downloaded this, you've added the 4 words, and or you've put it into your ecology folder in Schoology, which again, if that's overwhelming, I will get you set up on Monday. What I want you to do for now is to download the sheet and add the 4 definitions to it. Where do you get the definitions if you want to copy and paste? Yes, I will let you copy and paste. You get these definitions by going here. See how it says vocabulary definitions? You can copy them from the board. I will not always have them on the board, however. So you click vocabulary definitions, and you will see it brings you, if it works here, to the vocabulary definitions. So you guys can literally just copy and paste and put it onto your sheet if it's the electronic version. Obviously, if you have the paper version, you will have to do it by hand. So you're going to get set up by writing your vocabulary definitions down. That's step 1 when Mr. Bramer pauses this video. Step 2 is there says download on the board. Download, you're going to go to the course you are in. So we are going to go back here to our class. You're going to go under the unit we are in, which remember we are starting ecology energy today. And you will download whatever download is on the board. Today it is the ecology PowerPoint. So you're going to click that. You're going to add it to your Notability under ecology energy. And again, don't worry about setting that up today. We can set it up later. So Mr. Bramer is going to pause it here in just a minute. And in that minute, you are to download your vocabulary template or get a paper copy. And you are going to add the 4 vocabulary definitions for today. When that is done, you're going to go into the Ecology Energy folder in Schoology, and you're going to download the PowerPoint for today. So I'm going to let Mr. Bramer pause it here, or if this is on your iPads, I want you to push pause, please. When we are done, we are going to start our PowerPoint, and after that, we're going to go outside. So if you would please push pause, Mr. Bramer, or students push pause. I'll give you something to pause to. All right. Excuse me. Hopefully you've pushed pause and you are set up, ready to go. You have the 4 vocabulary definitions down. You have the PowerPoint downloaded. I have the page numbers on the board. You should have put the handout, if I can get it back from printing. So Mr. Bramer, there might not be a handout, so tell the kids not to panic. But it will be on pages 14 and 15. Worst case scenario, kids, just keep this all out and I will promise I will get you set up on Monday. I just want you to be able to write stuff down today or interact with your notes. So if you got the notes with blanks, you're going to take those out now. If you do not have the notes with blanks, you are to take the PowerPoint out called Ecology PowerPoint. You're going to take this guy out. It's the blue screen. So please take that out now. I'll wait here for a second while I get set up. So please pull out the PowerPoint or the note sheet with blanks. Okay. Feel free to pause if I'm going too fast. We're going to go over like 3 words and then we're going to go outside, guys. So we're almost done. So ecology, I always say, let me move this. I wonder if that moved for you guys. Anyway, ecology, that's our unit we're on. We're going to talk about energy. And this is a quote I just love. It says, when we try to pick out anything by itself, we find it hitched to everything in the universe. So the next thing we're going to look at here is the definition of ecology. That is not a vocabulary word yet. Ecology, ology always means study of. So it's a study of relationships between living things and their environment. Ecosystem basics. Well, let's start with what is an ecosystem. I'm going to say this word often. It's the living and non-living things interacting in a particular area. Okay, so I always kind of say ecosystem is where things live. So like a prairie. On my board, on my side board, you see by my flag, you see a bunch of things that say biomes. Those are also ecosystems. Biotic. These are the 2 words we're focusing on today. So there is biotic factors. Bio means life. So it's something about life. So these are organisms or living things. You are biotic. A tree is biotic. A fly is biotic. A plant is biotic. If it's living or once living, it is considered biotic. Abiotic. A in front of a word normally means like without. Asymmetric means without symmetry. I don't know if I'm going over your head right now. But abiotic factors are non-living things. And I want you to add something to your notes. Okay, because a good student always adds more to their notes. Biotic factors are living or once living. Biotic factors are living or once living. That is important. So a dead leaf, okay, a dead squirrel, those are still considered biotic organisms. Abiotic was never alive, never, ever, 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 ever. Okay, and we'll talk about zombies later, you guys. I don't want to hear that argument. Abiotic factors were never alive. So that is like water, a rock, okay? Things that were never alive. We'll talk about the details later because you're going to be a detective and see if you can figure out living or non-living, never alive outside. Okay, so hopefully you're adding more to your notes, which is why I'm dilly-dallying a little bit. So biotic again, living or once living. Abiotic, never, ever, 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 ever alive. Good. So here you see a picture of ecosystem basics, okay? Hopefully you can find some biotic and abiotic factors in that. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Again, see biotic or abiotic. This is just what you're going to be doing outside. Okay, and otherwise I'll let Mr. Bramer take it from here on how to go outside, but I first would like you guys to take a couple minutes and red, yellow, green your notes, or think, pair, share time. Hey class, it's think, pair, share time, think! Alright, so again, before I stop, you have gotten set up for class. Vocabulary definitions are down. You have downloaded the PowerPoint. You have now taken notes on ecosystems, biotic and abiotic, and added more to them. Hopefully you are going to red, yellow, green your notes. Then when everyone's organized and feel like they have a yellow, at least, hopefully, understanding of this, you are going to go outside and attempt to find 10 biotic factors, living or once living, and 10 abiotic factors. I'll talk to Mr. Bramer about the rules here, but you must stay within his sight, and you must have common sense, non-jerk behavior. So being kind to each other, helping each other, no running, no climbing on stuff, not waving to people in windows, yada, yada, yada. Please be good, guys. I hope you have fun today. If you finish early today, you have lots to catch up on. Okay, so make sure all your notes from all the labs are set up. It is time to get organized, or you can do this crazy thing called studying. Okay? Oh, my next class is coming in. Have a great day today. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody.